Hello, and welcome to this edition of Savage Insights. Did you know the city of Savage has been in the liquor business since the repeal of Prohibition? The first operation was established in downtown Savage in the 1930s and has remained a viable operation to this day. However, to remain competitive in the current market, change is necessary. And here's City Administrator Barry Stock with the story.
Hi, I'm Barry Stock, Savage City Administrator. Welcome to Savage Insights. Today I'm here in Dan Patch Liquor in downtown Savage, and I'm going to be talking a little bit about what our plans are for our liquor operation. I'm sure some of you may have heard that we're going to be closing Dan Patch later this year on December 31st and opening a new store at Hy-Vee here in our community. But before we talk about that, I think it's important to go back into history and talk about how Savage originally got into the liquor store business. It was really back right after Prohibition that the state of Minnesota did pass legislation that allowed cities to operate both on-sale and off-sale liquor operations. Way back then in the 30s, the city of Savage did open an on-sale and an off-sale liquor store, and that operation has been in existence ever since. Now, let's back up a little bit though and talk about the on-sale. The city is no longer in the on-sale business. An on-sale liquor store is a place that we might more commonly refer to as a bar. And back in the, I would say in the 60s, the city had the Dan Patch on-sale liquor operation, which again was both on-sale and off-sale, located in downtown Savage, right on what we call the Savage Town Square. Today, that's the site of the Savage Depot. But back in the 60s, the Savage on-sale liquor store was one of the busiest and most profitable liquor operations in the state. In fact, some of you may not know, but back in the 50s and 60s, the city of Bloomington was a dry community. In other words, they did not have any bars. So the old Dan Patch River crossing served as a gateway for people in Bloomington to come down to the Patch. It was also known as the Powerhouse. Attracted people from all over Minnesota, and again was a very profitable operation for the city. But times change. The city has to adapt. What happened is that with the changes in law and insurance, dram shop insurance that you needed to carry in the event you sold liquor to somebody that got injured in a car accident, for example, they could sue the city. So with the cost of dram shop insurance and the number of lawsuits that were happening around the state, the founding fathers at that time decided that, well, I think we should get out of the on-sale business. So let's fast forward a little bit. The Dan Patch off-sale liquor operation operated in downtown Savage until I believe it was the late 1990s. And at that time, I think it was around 1997 that the city of Savage looked at our downtown and decided that we needed to do a master redevelopment plan for the downtown area. So it was at that time that the city looked at possibly closing the Dan Patch liquor store, again located on the site of where the Savage Depot is today, and opening some new stores. And at about that same time, development at 42 and Highway 13 was happening, and Rainbow was coming to town. So the city decided to purchase land up in that area, and about the same time that Rainbow opened, this again was the early 2000s, the city opened Marketplace Liquor at what we call the Rainbow site. Today, of course, that's where Fresh Time is located. So let's back up a little bit. Remember I said we opened 2 liquor stores? Well, we also opened another liquor store, Dan Patch, where I am today. And this building was really designed to serve as a prototype for the design standards that we wanted to incorporate into our downtown redevelopment plan. So if you look at this building and you look at some of the architectural treatments on this building, you'll see them replicated in the Hamilton Building and Glendale Place. And the city over the last 15 years has also had a downtown rehab grant program where we've been able to improve many of the building facades in the downtown area. So that was one of the main reasons for continuing to locate a store in downtown Savage. Now, let's go fast forward again. Times change. Now we're dealing with big box liquor distributors that are coming into the area. For example, Total Wine, MGM. For those of you that lived in Savage a few years, we probably remember, I guess it was probably 6 years ago that MGM opened at 42, just across the street from our Marketplace store. Did that have an impact on our sales? Of course it did. Well, you have to compete in today's environment. We're like any other business when it comes to our liquor operation. It's an enterprise fund. We treat it like a business. So our sales dropped, but at the same time, we knew that we still had a viable operation that made money. So let's talk about that for a second. The liquor store making money. So what happens to the revenues that are generated from our liquor operation? Many of you probably don't know this either, but the Savage Library that is on the City Hall campus has been predominantly paid for with revenues that have been transferred from the Liquor Enterprise Fund to the city general budget to offset the debt service costs associated with that library. The city owns the Savage Library. We don't operate the library. That library is actually operated by Scott County, but we own the building. And without the liquor operation, the city would have had to probably increase taxes to cover the debt service costs associated with constructing that library. Let's talk about another thing that many of us in our community are very proud of. That's the Savage Environmental Learning Center. The city transferred $600,000 from our liquor operation to help fund the construction of the Environmental Learning Center. Now today, as competition continues to increase and we need to adapt, one of the things that we're considering is opening a liquor store at Hy-Vee. So we're doing a partnership with Hy-Vee that will allow us to have our own liquor store space in a separate space adjacent and attached to Hy-Vee. Why are we doing that? Because today we live in a convenience society. People do not like to drive a long distance to purchase their goods. So what's more convenient than going to get your groceries? Then also if you wanted to purchase some beverage at a liquor store, we'll be right there. So what's going to happen to the Patch, Dan Patch? Well, this building, as I said, has served its purpose in continuing to bring people to our downtown area and to serve as a design prototype of what we wanted to see happen. We have sold this building. This building will be sold and to Fireplace Hearth and Home that is located in Burnsville right now. They're going to be moving here, and it's going to be a tremendous addition to our downtown, a business that we think will have a long-term staying power and continue to bring people into our downtown area. The building is beautiful. The revenues from that sale will go back into the liquor operation and again continue to be used for projects throughout our community. So let's talk a little bit about the closing date then. Dan Patch, we're still open and we will be open through December 31st, but after that, Patch will be closing and any inventory that remains here will be transported up to Marketplace. And then when our new store in Hy-Vee opens, we're projecting that to be open around the middle of February. We'll continue to have 2 stores in our community. I should mention also that this is not the first time that the city of Savage has closed a liquor store. About 15 years ago, before we decided to build 2 new liquor store buildings, we were leasing space at what we called Sunset Liquor. And again, as competition and the industry changed, we decided to close that store, which actually served as a means to increase our bottom line, because many of the customers that were going to Sunset migrated to either Marketplace or Dan Patch. And we expect that that's going to continue too as we close this store. Many of the customers here, as their convenience will be disrupted a little bit, we anticipate that they will migrate to one of our other 2 stores, allowing us to retain their business and again, help improve our bottom line. So that's the story, and we hope to see you at Hy-Vee or Marketplace early next year. And as always, if you have any questions or comments, you can contact us at City Hall by calling 952-882-2660 or check us out on the City of Savage website at www.cityofsavage.com. Have a great day.
Thanks for watching Savage Insights, a program designed to answer your questions about the city. If you have a question or an idea for a future Savage Insights program, please contact us.
There's something wild about you, child, that's so contagious. Let's be outrageous. Let's misbehave.